Your heart knows the future before your brain does. What if your body has a built-in early warning system? And I don't mean for things happening right now. I mean for events that are still in the future. A system that seems to get a peek at what's coming, seconds before your conscious mind has a clue. And what if I told you the command center for this spooky ability isn't your brain, but your heart? This isn't some new age metaphor. It's the strange conclusion from over 2 decades of fascinating and, yes, very controversial research. We're going to look at the lab experiments that first stumbled upon this phenomenon. Experiments suggesting the heart actually reacts to random future events. Then, we're going to take a detour into the even stranger world of quantum physics for a possible, and I mean highly speculative, explanation. It all begs the question, what if the old mystics who talked about the heart's wisdom were onto a truth that science is only now, cautiously, beginning to explore? I know, it sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, but in controlled lab settings, scientists saw something that just doesn't fit with our everyday understanding of time. They found evidence suggesting the human heart can react to an emotional picture before that picture is randomly shown. This isn't just a gut feeling, it's a physiological change, measured on an EKG. How on earth is that possible? The proposed answers take us on a journey from the familiar rhythm in our chest to the mind-bending frontiers of reality itself. Section 1. The Feeling the Future Experiments. The story really kicks off with a series of pioneering and hotly debated studies from places like the HeartMath Institute. One of the key experiments, first published back in 2004, was simple in its design, but produced results that scientists are still arguing about today. Here's the setup. You're sitting in front of a computer, and in a few moments, you'll see an image. The images are pulled randomly from a big collection. Most are calm, a flower, a sunset. But every so often, a shocking image appears. A snake lunging, a car crash. All the while, your body is wired up. Brain waves, skin conductance, and most importantly, your heart's rhythm are all being recorded. As you'd expect, when a jarring image flashes on screen, your body reacts. That's not the discovery. The weird part is what happened in the seconds before the image even appeared. Researchers noticed that in a significant number of cases, the heart's rhythm started to change 4 to 6 seconds before the emotional image was shown. Specifically, the heart rate would begin to slow down, as if it was bracing for a shock. The data suggested the heart was getting and processing information about the emotional nature of a future event before the event occurred. Now let's be crystal clear. These findings are not universally accepted, not even close. Skeptics rightly point out that the cornerstone of science is independent replication, and these presentiment studies have been notoriously difficult to replicate by outside labs. Results have been inconsistent or have failed altogether. Critics have questioned the statistical methods, suggesting the effects could be statistical flukes or the result of p-hacking, analyzing the data in just the right way to get a positive result. Others argue there could be subtle, non-random patterns or subconscious cues that we haven't accounted for. The debate is fierce, and many mainstream scientists are deeply skeptical. And yet, within certain labs, the findings have been reported dozens of times. So if we just entertain the idea for a moment, what if this isn't a statistical ghost? What biological mechanism could possibly let the heart get a signal from the future? To even begin to answer that, we have to understand that your heart is way more than just a simple pump. Section 2. The heart's little brain. For centuries, we've viewed the brain as the body's CEO, shouting orders down to the rest of us. But the field of neurocardiology paints a very different picture, one of a partnership. It turns out your heart has a mind of its own. Embedded in the heart is a network of about 40,000 neurons, a system so complex it's nicknamed the heart brain. Its main gig is managing the heart's day-to-day operations, but it can also learn, remember, and make decisions independently of the brain in your skull. More importantly, the heart and brain are in constant conversation. And here's a shocker. The heart actually sends far more information up to the brain than the brain sends down to the heart. These signals travel up a massive nerve highway called the vagus nerve and have a huge impact on how we think and feel, influencing our emotions and perceptions. That gut feeling that seems to bubble up in your chest, you're likely feeling that powerful stream of information from your heart hitting your brain's processing centers. This communication leads to a state called heart-brain coherence. When you feel positive emotions like gratitude or love, your heart rhythm smooths out into a beautiful sine wave-like pattern. This coherent signal helps synchronize your brain, leading to better mental clarity and problem solving. Stress, on the other hand, creates a chaotic, messy heart rhythm that scrambles the signal and inhibits your thinking. This established biology gives us a pathway. It shows how the heart can deeply influence our perception, but it still doesn't explain receiving information from the future. For that, we have to take a leap from the biological to the quantum. Section 3. The quantum leap. A wild hypothesis. Okay, this is where we leave established science at the door and wander into the land of speculative what-if physics. To try and explain the seemingly impossible results of the presentiment experiments, some theorists have turned to the weirdest rulebook in science, quantum mechanics. One of its central mysteries is entanglement, which Einstein famously called spooky action at a distance. When two particles become entangled, they're linked. No matter how far apart they are, what happens to one instantly affects the other. They're connected in a way that defies our normal rules of space. So here's the radical fringe hypothesis. What if entanglement also transcends time? What if your heart, through some unknown quantum process, is entangled with your own future self? This is a wild idea, but it's explored in the fledgling field of quantum biology. Theorists like Dean Radin have suggested that a gut feeling might be a kind of memory of a future event, echoing backward in time through these connections. Your future self gets the emotional shock of the image, and your present heart, being entangled with your future heart, feels a faint tremor of that shock seconds before it happens. To be absolutely clear, the idea that quantum entanglement explains heart-based precognition is dismissed by most mainstream scientists as pseudoscience. There is zero definitive proof. It's a hypothesis built at the extreme edge of our knowledge, trying to connect two different sets of mysteries. But it's a fascinating thought exercise for a phenomenon that conventional biology struggles with. It suggests we aren't just biological machines, but maybe quantum antennae, tied into the very fabric of space-time. Section 4. Tuning your antenna. Whether this intuitive hunch comes from a quantum future or some other mechanism we don't understand yet, the research points to a practical idea. We can get better at listening. The state of heart-brain coherence, which is scientifically validated for reducing stress, is believed by proponents to be the key. They claim that by creating coherence, you're basically cleaning the signal and fine-tuning your body's antenna to better receive this subtle information. While enhancing precognition remains unproven and anecdotal, the techniques for creating coherence are backed by solid evidence for improving emotional resilience. Here are 2 simple ways to do it. First, heart-focused breathing. This is the foundation. Just shift your attention to your chest, to the area around your heart. Imagine your breath flowing in and out of that area, breathing a little slower and deeper than you normally would. A rhythm of about 5 seconds in and 5 seconds out is a great start. Just a few minutes of this sends a calming signal from your heart to your brain, immediately starting to shift your body toward coherence. Second, while you're doing that, add positive emotion. As you breathe, consciously try to activate a positive feeling. Think of a time you felt genuine love, gratitude, or appreciation for someone or something. Don't just think the thought. Try to actually feel it in your chest. This positive emotion amplifies the coherent signal your heart is sending out, strengthening the sync-up between your heart and brain. Practicing this for just 5 to 10 minutes a day can train your nervous system to find its balance more easily. Athletes and executives use these exact methods to improve performance under pressure. And while science can't yet promise it will let you see the future, it is a proven way to handle the present with more calm and clarity. Proponents believe that as you strengthen this heart-brain connection, you become more sensitive to the quiet signals of intuition that can help guide you in the right direction. But this story doesn't end here. It's really just getting started. What about you? Have you ever had a powerful gut feeling that turned out to be right? A sudden hunch that came out of nowhere and saved the day? Share your story in the comments below. Let's explore this mystery together. And if you're into the intersection of science, consciousness, and what it means to be human, make sure you subscribe and join the conversation. Conclusion. We're standing at a fascinating fork in the road. On one path is the classic view of the body, a biological machine driven by the brain. On the other path are these tantalizing, controversial clues that suggest we're something more. We have studies pointing to a heart that seems to react to a future that hasn't happened. We have the solid science of a powerful two-way street between the heart and brain. And we have a wild, unproven hypothesis from quantum physics offering a possible, if far-fetched, explanation. The final truth is likely a long way off. Mainstream science is absolutely right to demand more rigorous, repeatable proof before it rewrites the textbooks. But that doesn't mean we should ignore the mystery. The fact that ancient wisdom has always honored the heart as an organ of perception, and that our own frontier science is now echoing that idea, suggests we're on the edge of something profound. Perhaps our heart isn't just a pump. Perhaps it's an organ of perception, an antenna tuned to information that ripples across time. Maybe that gut feeling isn't just a random guess, but a faint message from your future, heard first by your heart. The answer isn't here yet, but the search for it changes everything, inviting us all to listen a little more closely to the quiet, intelligent rhythm beating in our own chest.